Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my workshop. So after the video of my 289 running on an engine cradle, which was a bit dodgy, and looking at the views I thought I'd shoot a video of a proper engine stand with the 289 on it. So it's in progress at the moment, as you can see, and oh, bloody mongrel. Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my workshop. Well, I want to give you a quick update on the previous video where you saw a 289 running on an engine stand, well, engine cradle to be honest, which was a bit dodgy. I decided to have this engine stand made for me. So it's a pretty sturdy beast, made of 50 by 50 square tubing with a 3mm wall thickness. I think that's about 2 by 2 by 1/8 of an inch. It's sitting on 4 casters. They all swivel at each corner. They're all on roller bearings, so it makes it a lot easier to push any weight around. So considering that I have this 289, I also have a 302 and the 351 for my Mustang that I will be rebuilding, and that will be a completely different video set. I think you'll be interested in that because there's lots of goodies on it. As you can see, it's still work in progress because I do have the temp dash on it. But I do have a proper one. I'll show you that in a separate shot here, maybe right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip it around so that we have a side view and I can talk about more of the details on it. So having flipped it around, sorry I couldn't show that because I'm holding the camera. Even if I did say that it was easy to move about, I'll try and do something here without making a mess of it, but really easy just to move it about. I know you can't see much, but it is moving fairly easily. Anyway, as you can see, it's pretty sturdy, so it's going to hold up for my purposes anyway. So right now it has support legs for short block Ford engines, so hopefully this is in focus. As you can see, the engine's support is really an angle iron, but right below it, the real engine support is a 351 marine engine support. So that I've chosen those specifically because they can hold the weight and the power of virtually any engine, and they allow for a slight angle, and that slight angle obviously is to keep those float bowls level, so that I can adjust that engine. I do that by simply having on the rear, so as I said, this is in progress. So on the rear, as you can see, that leg bolted here, that bolt there, this one, and there's one on the other side, allows to have that support angle that I need to be able to tip the engine slightly so that it remains level. So let's move over. There's going to be a bit of shadow. Look at the back end. So as you can see, 2 identical supporting legs at each end, both bolted at the bottom, so they can be adjusted in width, and with that pivot bolt I can have a specific angle on that rear support leg, so it allows me to tip the engine to any angle that I need to keep that carb level. Also behind is the cross beam, which is again is just some thick angle iron. I haven't got all the holes cut in yet, so that will allow to adjust the height of the engine obviously, and to accommodate any other bell housing that I may have in this shop. So the main advantage of having these adjustable support legs obviously is to move the engine back and forth, and they have a slight play which allows me to correct the alignment with the length of the engine stand. So as you can see, the end plates on this engine stand nicely cut. They're all laser cut. to fit those casters. And you can see there's a smally plate just in front. That's for another part of this engine stand. This is going to be another feature I think you'll like. That'll be an update on a future video of this engine stand. So I'm pretty happy with the result. It's got a really beefy look to it. I will have it powder coated. I'm a bit of a Ford guy, not that, you know, well, classic Ford guy. So I think I'll have it painted, powder coated in classic Ford blue, and I'll have the dash in white, just for the sake of it, making it look nice and protecting the metal, obviously. You can actually see that it's very well boxed in if you accept the top part. There was a purpose for that. So I'm not worried about corrosion inside anymore, but I will have it powder coated on the exterior so that it just looks a lot better and goes along with the theme of what I'm doing in my garage. So quickly back to the 289. So it's a 1968 Ford Mustang 289. All original parts if you exclude the fuel pump and the carb rebuild kit. The hoses are only temp. The wiring is for the dash. That also is more or less temporary. I'm just getting the bits and pieces fitted together. And in my second video I'll show you this with the radiator, battery and whatnot, and hopefully with the running engine and the proper dash if I get it on time. Cheers!